Okay, so that is our first stop point done. Please feel free to ask any questions. Stop me, right? And I'm more than happy to go through any questions, and I'll be answering them live as we go. So hopefully, hopefully we're feeling pretty okay with that, and there was a lot happening, but hopefully we are sort of feeling confident with obviously pathogens, what they are, examples of different pathogens, and those two experiments that we talked about as well. We're now looking at the next stop point, which is what are the responses to pathogens? And our inquiry question is, how does a plant or animal respond to infection? So let's have a look. So for this question, you'll have to, for this stop point, you will have to essentially memorize and be able to talk about a named Australian plant and you can obviously gain knowledge of that through either practical or secondary sourced investigation. More than likely you'll be doing secondary sourced information. So here is an example for us. We've got a pathogen known as the myrtle rust, and the myrtle rust affects the Myrtaceae family of plants in Australia, including eucalyptus, bottlebrush, tea trees. So you want to know an Australian plant, a named Australian plant, and there are many out there, but this is one of them. And the description of this disease, well, the myrtle rust is a fungal disease. It attacks new growth, so shoot tips and young stems. It is recognized, and the symptoms include the small purple spots, or small purple spots that have bright yellow spores. Also, it spreads by releasing spores like fungal pathogens do. It is found in New South Wales, Victoria, Queensland, and Tasmania, and the way in which the plant itself responds to this pathogen includes firstly by using its mechanical barriers like its thick cell walls, tough stems. It also uses secretory glands like eucalyptus oil, which is antimicrobial. It also has non-specific immune responses, which include production of harmful metabolites and also upregulation of antifungal proteins in order to encounter the pathogen itself. And I've got links there for you if you want to use this as an example that you can use to further research. I would definitely recommend going ahead and researching a bit more in order to have have a response ready to go. But let's move on now to having a look at so like I was talking about earlier, I'll be going through some resources again that we offer here at TutorSmart, and here is an example of our so with our service, I guess, we essentially and with my classes, we essentially do topic tests every term, every topic, which translates to every term, and we also do our very own half yearlies and trials too, which happen 3 to 4 weeks before your trials at school, so in the holidays, to help you prepare for them. So the way I like to structure my classes is that we go through the content, we try to spend an lesson, a whole lesson on one doc point, and then through that finish the module in 4 to 5 lessons, then spend some time revising the module, and then going ahead and doing a topic test on that specific module. And I've found that it works really well for everyone because it helps them obviously prepare for the exams, for the assignments, and for trials and the HSC in the long term. And we of course also have resources for prelim students as well. And here is an example of those resources. I love to make for example flashcards and other study resources to help students. Here is another example. This is an example of Year 11 content that we have, and this is again for Year 11 students, helping you organize your notes, and lots of practice questions and practice papers as well. Okay, now let us move on to immunity. So